Hello, everyone, and welcome to PRConnectionsRadio.com, the voice of new media, the Love of Business show. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am your host for today. And my guest for this Love of Business edition is Jacob Lozano Valverde. He is with Mastermind Collective. He's a good friend of mine who has an extremely interesting business that he wants to talk about today. Welcome, Jacob, to the Love of Business show.
Thank you so much, Guy. I appreciate this opportunity.
Jacob was introduced to me by a good friend of ours. His name is Junior, and he is his stage name is Dow. He is an artist and just a great guy. And I really appreciate, you have good friends that introduce you to other people who they know you're going to make good friends with. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened in this situation. Yeah, just really appreciate Junior putting the two of us together, his burgeoning music career, along with this connection, and we're getting to showcase you on the network today.
Yeah, he's starting to take off, and we have a lot of big plans for this new 2022. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. We have a lot of things to work on. We have a lot of projects happening right now, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very thankful for you and for Albert as well.
And so, Jacob, I mentioned that you have a really interesting business that you're involved in right now, but let's take it back. You have been an entrepreneur for a very long time. How did you get started?
So I actually started, it's incredible. When I was 13 years old, I asked my parents for a birthday party, and they're like, sure, why not? 13. So I threw a party and I invited all my friends, but I had some people showing up that I didn't invite. So my next door neighbor was like my security. He was there. He's like, Jacob, we should just charge him so we could maybe get some more drinks and stuff. So I did. I started charging them, and that's when it clicked for me. I'm like, oh my God, I love doing this. I just do a party and people pay me to do it. So I was 13 years old. I started to do a lot of parties for my friends throughout high school. Leslie, she remembers it. She actually owns a restaurant now, but we threw some really big events, even when I was a teenager, and then it progressed to going underground raves, actually. A lot of festival type dance events, back then where you're like 16, 17, you just want to have fun with your friends. And so I started producing those, and it came out really well. And then from those events, I actually started working with nightclubs, with an agency, a modeling and talent agency called Orion Productions and Models Max. We had the account for the Palms when it first started, so I was very fortunate to be able to produce some of the best fashion shows for Nikki Hilton, for Fat Farm. Pamela Anderson. Like, we did a lot of cool events back then. Not only that, but I was managing all the dancers for the Palms, Inside Moon, Ghost Bar, Rain, also many nightclubs like Raw nightclub at Luxor and Ice nightclub. So it was a very fun experience. I've always wanted to just provide an experience for people. I feel like that's my reason to be here. I just want to help people enjoy life, and it has to do with music, with visual effects, with feeling the bass in your body. I think that all that has a lot to do with experiencing life, as we should at least try it out and see if you like it. If you don't, then try something different.
And thinking back on my high school days, there were a lot of people that I knew that were very good at throwing parties. But at what point did you decide that this was something that you wanted to do for a living? It's a whole other thing doing something as a young person and just having a good time, being young. I remember all of that. But at what point did you say, not only can we have a good time here, but
I think when
I could also create.
I think it really had to started and got serious when we got the account for the Palms, and for starting getting the business end of it, like getting contracts, learning how to write proposals, and properly doing business right, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from all my partners that I've had in the past. Of course, we all kind of go our separate ways, but we all grow with each other. We all learn from each other, and I feel like that's a big part of why I really started getting serious about it. And but I also like to have fun at my job. So if I feel like it's a job, then I'm not really having like I'm not doing what I like to do. But when I know I like to what I love to do, then I know I'm doing what I love. But I don't like the. I mean, it's good to have the 9 to 5 job, but for me, it's always working. It's working nine to nine in the morning. So like it's just my passion, definitely.
What is the starting point when you have a new project? You've got this event that you are going to put
Really. So
on. How do you get started?
so recently I'm just finished a project where my client Sean, he says, Jacob, I would like to put some lasers in my backyard. I said, wow, this is the first time somebody asked me for that. So I was like, okay. So he invited me over his house, and I have to look at the place first, and then from as soon as I walk in, I know how I want the experience to be for my client's guest as they arrive to his house. So as soon as you arrive to the house, we open up the door. There's actually a laser inside the living room that points towards the door. Where as soon as you walk in, you see a laser just appear. You're like, "Whoa, this is different. This is a whole nother level. It's cutting edge." And then as you walk out the backyard, you have a laser that is uh, actually I created a birdhouse so that looks like the house that he lives in, and I made it an enclosure where the laser goes inside, and that is all the way to the right of the backyard. And then we have another laser that's underneath the canopy. And I made these where these enclosures are theft proof. So they're like theft proof, and they're not, you can steal it, but it's going to take you hours to get it out, So it's very well done. It's thinking outside the box of creatively building these enclosures because the owner didn't want lasers to be seen, and he didn't want to have to mess with it. He just wanted to push play. It's like plug and play, and so I made that possible for him. We also made a smoke machine, a smoke enclosure, which is we used a dog house, but I totally, upgraded it. I painted it. I made some upgrades to it, and now we have like if you had a dog out there, but it's a really cutting edge new way of spreading out the fog system, and it is the best fog system that I have ever created for the laser business. That really shows off the lasers. You don't need to have 30-watt lasers. I only have 3-watt lasers that I sold to him, and they do just as the same job as a 30-watt almost. So that's kind of like how it all starts. And then, but I really I go in there with a blank slate in my mind and just think outside the box. Like, how can this be different? How can we market this to future clients? And so we're actually having a New Year's party that we're going to bring a lot of Airbnb or property owners so they could experience it and see it for themselves. So I'm very excited for that.
Well, I know that the things that you're doing nowadays, Jacob, are on the cutting edge of technology, creating a great effect for an event. But I know along with the technological aspect of it, there's a lot of different pieces to being able to put on a successful event. How do you bring all of that together to create a great experience?
That's a good question. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are part of the Mastermind Collective. Though they see what I do and they like to be involved, and I see what they do and I wanted them to be involved, and we all come together, and the main mission is um, providing these unique experiences every single time, and it cannot be the same experience. We always try and do something different. As soon as you walk in the property, by the shake from the person shaking your hand all the way to you leaving, you need to be greeted, and then also being treated like how you would like to be treated. That personal experience matters so much. I'm not sure. Did I answer your question right? Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you mentioned, it's all about people. I mean, putting on a
Hmm.
party because people are attending the party. It's always about creating a great experience that people talk about. I was reading something this morning, and it was a quote about Walt Disney. And Walt Disney, of course, knows how to throw a party, right? So Walt Disney had this quote where he said, "You want to create an experience where people not only have a great time at that experience, but they come back and bring friends." And that's what
Right.
I think about. Certain people just know how to put on a great event. And not only do they have a great experience, but they go and they rave to everyone else about what a great experience that they had. And then they
Exactly.
invite their friends to come back and be a part of the next event that you put on.
Exactly. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do my best is to have people understand that I'm here to just provide that need. I'm not here to try and make a lots of money. Of course, to make a living, but I'm mostly about creating that experience. I feel like that is really what matters to me the most, because when I see the smile off of people's faces, then I know I did my job, and then that makes me happy, and then I'm 100% satisfied. So, and then also, of course, my Mastermind Collective partners, I want them to be able to make their living as well, and express their talent as well. Like Tao, like we're working on some good things, and I'm excited for the future with him. So I'm just, I think passion really brings out a lot the energy, the natural energy in your body. As long as you have energy, you don't need no Red Bulls, you don't need no monsters, you don't need none of that. So, for me, it's definitely, a good experience, a good blessing in disguise.
Well, for 2 years now, Jacob, we've been going through a pandemic. And I guess for someone who creates parties, something like a pandemic is the opposite of what you're trying to achieve because your business is built around crowds, people being
Yeah.
together. What has it been like? Of course, things are starting to open up again now, particularly out here in Vegas. What has it been like, though, transitioning into this new environment as compared to the way that you might have been used to putting on parties in the past?
So that's I love that question because COVID actually really made things put things in perspective. It made me focus on myself. What am I doing with life? And then it really shut down my business. There was not an event after that. Like didn't know what to do after that. I was pretty stressed out, but I never let go of faith. I always have faith in God, and I know that He has a plan, and I know that He is there for me. So once with that assurance in your heart, then everything will turn out right, which it did, and that is where Sean comes in. Um, with this COVID thing, it made me realize that it could happen again. And if it happens again, then these experiences can be in your backyard now. Instead of having to go to a festival, now we're bringing it to your backyard. And that's what I like about COVID, because it made me think outside the box. It forced me to think, okay, what are we going to do now? Are we just going to sit at home? No, we're gonna party at home. I'm going to celebrate life at home, even if there's COVID happening. So, that's how I dealt with that, and it's now it's flourishing. It's starting to pick up, and much thanks to my clients. I'm very grateful for each and every one of them. Um, and but yeah, COVID was definitely a learning experience. It will test you to the core, and you just cannot give up. You just gotta shoot for the stars, and then you will get there, definitely.
Yeah, I can really identify with you, Jacob, because the establishment of PR Connections Radio, prior to COVID, we were all about going to in-person events and we would do radio shows at live events. So this whole platform was developed for the live environment, and we
Ah.
just had this opportunity because of the pandemic really shifted everything. But this opportunity was created to even do what you and I are doing right now. because we weren't doing anything related in any way online. These types of interviews were all being done in person. So yes, it's just being able to roll punches as a business person, right? Figuring out how to adapt to your environment.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely, just gotta go with whatever's happening. You just gotta treat it like a challenge, not a problem, and you will succeed in it. As long as that mind frame is right, you can do anything. Anybody can do anything, and that's also another thing that I'd like to do is influence people. That there's a lot of depressed people out there, and I want to make sure, I want to do my best to help them, and I need wisdom as well, continuous wisdom to see, and help people around the world, because for me, I just feel like we're in this world to help each other. We're here to help each other, not to compete against each other. And that's something that was something serious given to me, through an experience. But I think that we definitely need to just be more considerate for people, and think about, like, how can you make a difference in this world. And for me, I like making people smile. I like making people have a good time, and don't worry about your problems, and get those out of your head. This is right now. Let's live this moment right now, and experience life in a safe way. And that's pretty much how I feel. Hmm.
How'd you come up with the name of your business, Mastermind Collective?
So I was working as a service mechanic at the Silver State Disposal Company, the company that picks up your trash. So I checked all the oils, all the hydraulic oil from all the trucks. I would jump up and jump on the engine and check everything. So my partner that was working with me had a book called Think and Grow Rich, and I wasn't a reader. And he's like, Jacob, you got to read this book, bro. You got to read it. It's going to change your life. And I was like, I wasn't like a guy that goes to school, like, not, went to school, but not that focused on school. And so I was like, um, oh my God, my mind just went blank. What was I say? What was the question again? I'm sorry.
We're talking about how Mastermind Collective
Oh,
became the title of your company.
Oh yeah. So
Your
when I was
company.
reading that book, it taught me about a mastermind, the mastermind. And I was like, oh my God, this is what it's all about. This is what it's about. But the Mastermind Collective didn't come until a few setbacks. First, I had my other company called Diamond Cut Entertainment, and something happened with that. Didn't really go well. And then I was thinking, man, like, what should I call my business now? Like, this is in 2019. And I was like, man, I was go back to the book, which I read, which is Think and Grow Rich. I love that book. And I was like, the mastermind is what I want. I need that mastermind. I need those guys. I need my mastermind to come together and build these things together, and build beautiful experiences. And honestly, it came from that book. That book is what made it. And I was in the dumps, and I was like, now I'm up here. So I'm like, this is a good storyline. And I'm actually putting a book together, and also, like, I have so much media, so many incredible things and memories that I'd like to share with people that don't know. So I'm putting all that together as well. But the mastermind, from the Think and Grow Rich book, is where it originally came from. And it has inspired me, and it's changed my life. And have bought so many books and given them to my friends just because I want their lives to be better. But it's incredible that you you won't realize, but a lot of people don't really read the book. They just set it on the side. I'm like, oh my God, really? Have you read the book? I ask people, did you read the book? No. I don't have time. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so sad, but it is what it is. You can only do what you can to help people, but if they don't want to grab it, you can't make them, you know. But yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you,
mhm.
Jacob. That Think and Grow Grow Rich, an incredible book. I mean, just amazing. But you and I have also written a book. I mean, read a book that really was the precursor to Think and Grow Rich, and that's The Law of Success, which is about that thick.
Oh, yes, yes, that's right.
600
That's right.
pages, but what an incredible book The Law of
Mhm.
Success is.
Definitely. It's exactly what it says. It's the law of success. That's what I love about Napoleon Hill. He's definitely amazing, and he definitely goes a lot deeper. You just have to read it between the lines as well, you know. But yeah, definitely an amazing book, and many other books that go after that it's good to read up on as well.
Well, I know you've talked about inspiration throughout this interview, Jacob, about your how you've been doing this for a long time. You've seen the ups and downs of your industry, and here you are. You're still standing on a daily basis. What are you doing that gives you the passion that you need to continue to love your business? Because you've been doing this for many years, and I know being a business owner myself, I mean, it takes sometimes a lot of something extra to keep you
Mhm.
moving forward. What do you tap into to keep yourself going with monotony sometimes that we all go through when we're running a business?
You know, so my friends kind of make fun of me sometimes because I have a lot of notes around a lot of labels and stuff. Like remind me, like to think positive. You know, like I just have it everywhere. Like it's funny. Um, you know, you have to remind ourselves because we don't have certain people there that are there all the time to help us stay positive, to help us, push ourselves. So I do put, I have a labeler and I label things, and I have you know, these positive affirmations everywhere in my car, in my wallet, just to remind me, to keep me focused. If I don't have those, the influences outside this office will just be taken from me. So you have to guard your focus. You got to protect your focus, because if you don't, someone else is going to take it. So it's kind of like, where do you want your focus at? So that's, for me, that's kind of like how I focus on also the needs of other people. Like if there's an event, and someone's having a wedding, for instance, and even weddings I do, and those have become another experience, because they actually feel like, whoa, this is the next level for weddings as well. Because you don't usually see lasers in weddings, but there's so many different aspects that you could do with the laser, as putting doves or hearts or their names of the ones that are getting married. But like, there's just, it's endless. It's endless amount of options and opportunities for that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jacob, that your mindset constantly striving towards keeping yourself in the right frame of mind, in a positive frame of mind, because that's part of the magic that the book Think and Grow Rich and The Law of Success and a lot of these books talk about it. Is your frame of mind is what brings opportunities to you, and if you can't keep yourself in that frame of mind, you aren't able to bring the things to you that are you deserve. You
Yeah.
deserve because you want to create great parties. You want to
Right.
create great experiences. But the price that you have to pay, as you mentioned before, is that you have to consciously make an effort to be a magnet, by doing the things you talked about, having little cards, reading books, and working on your mindset. That's very
Mhm.
powerful. Just talking about.
Yeah, there's I cannot, I have to mention this because this is very important for me. Praying in the morning is what is really going to give you the answers. If you don't pray in the morning and ask for wisdom and ask for a good day, like, you're probably not gonna have a good day. Maybe you will, but if you pray, you will have a good day. You will be led the right way. And for me, praying in the morning and praying at night, giving thanks for what you do have, then God will be able to be like, here's more. So that's giving giving gratitude and being thankful for what you have, it's also going to help focus on your day, on your daily routine, so definitely I'm just very that's how I am.
Yeah, I'm just inspired by so much of what your business is about, Jacob, your background, and I really Al for putting us together again. His company helped us out with the design for the love of business. So this is where you were talking about the mastermind principle. I mean, I so get it, right? The types of people that you keep around you create things that help you and support you in the achievement of the thing that you're trying to bring into existence. And again, us being connected for this interview didn't happen by accident. And yeah, another shout out to Dow out there for putting us together, and much success in his burgeoning music career. And how about you, Jacob? Lasers are cutting edge. There's so many uses for them for events and parties and different things. How can people get in contact with you if they want consultation about how to spruce up their event by bringing in lasers?
Yeah, they can call me at 702-523-8008, or you can email me at jacobv at Mastermind Collective. Sorry, jacobv at mastermindlv.com, and I will return your message. And I can't wait to enhance your experience at your home or your wedding or your special event or festival. I can't wait. Thank you so much, you guys. It's such a pleasure, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. It's the best for me Christmas present I can have. So thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Jacob. Well, wish you nothing but success in your business in the coming year. I know by talking to you that you've definitely got your mind in the right space to go out there and really succeed in 2022. So keep doing what you're doing, Jacob. And again, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much, Guy. You have a blessed day. Thank you.
And happy holidays to all of you out there. Continue to tune into shows at prconnectionsradio.com. Like The Love of Business. We have some incredible shows on this network. We have The Power of Humanity. Coming soon is the Crypto and Cash podcast is on its way to its network, on this network, along with Miko's World of Wellness. Miko Faith, who is the host of The Love of Business, is getting ready to roll out her own show. So it's going to be a big year over here at prconnectionsradio.com. We're looking forward to bringing you more shows that enrich and enhance your life. Take care of yourselves and see you on the next broadcast. Take care.
Thank you.